I think I know you're referring to. That was because in the original they do that. In the original, there's well, the whole thing is a cappella, but the what you say part is part of the original, and we really wanted JT to have a section where he does that with just it's with a vocoder, so it's his voice but played in multiple different chords around his main vocal. So, okay, what's up? What else is happening? Shy City, there you go, baby. Castian, what's up, brother? Does anybody else like coffee? God, my manager back here, he's the man. He brought me a nice coffee to do this, and it's giving me life.
Of course.
Can I upload the vocal from Hide and Seek? That is going to be up to Hexagon. We might do a remix pack. We might not. We're not sure yet. Right now, we wanted to get a little bit more streams, so keep sharing it. What's the difference between producing and composing? That's a good question. I kind of differentiate them in that producing is more like if you want to make a beat. There's not like a huge difference, but I look at producing as like I'm going to make a song or a beat. But if you're composing, a lot of the times you're writing melodies and you're writing, I mean, technically you could be composing while you're producing, but I like to think of them as separate. If I'm in beat making mode and I want to make an awesome track, I'm producing. If I want to compose something on the piano, like melodies, chords, then I'm composing. Favorite house sample pack. I don't do a lot of house sample packs. Like I said before, I really like the Kashmir series. We should actually work together for Disney. Got some connections. Nice. Send me an email. Cashin, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. What else are you guys asking? Don't speak, go music. If you guys want, I can go through a couple tracks if you want. Let me know which one, if that's the case, or if you have more questions, just keep asking those. Spam calls. Shit's so annoying. Do you guys get spam calls where you're from? Where is everybody from? Drop your flag. I want to know where you guys are from. I know we saw India. I think there was a Pakistan, obviously Italy, Netherlands. Favorite contact instrument at the time. Thank you, Rick. Almost feels like you had the entire orchestra to make it. Yeah, that's what I do. What's up? We got Germany. That's Canada. What's up, Luca? What's Hansa? What flag is that? Is that Turkish? Portuguese? Not Portuguese. Brazilian. Is it okay to... Castian, where are you from? What is that? I knew Germany. There you go. Is it okay to use loops and sample packs for my tracks? Yes, to start out. I use loops for some things. The build-up drums in Halcyon, that's a loop. I think it's okay in moderation, but you don't want it to be only that. I think then it kind of sounds like you made it with only loops. There's a lot of DJs who get away with doing that. Like the whole track is just loops. I think it sounds like anybody could do it. It doesn't really give your track uniqueness. So I would use it sparingly and write more on your own. Am I listening to demos? Yes, I'm not going to do it now. I will do it later, and I'll email you back. Yes, ask me questions or keep going. Russia, there you go. What does it mean to be a Don Diablo edit? Great question. So, Hansa, nice. Czech. Beautiful. Czech Republic. I love it. What does it mean to be a Don Diablo edit? So, because Don and I weren't together in the studio, he was in Amsterdam and I'm in Los Angeles, we would talk on WhatsApp. We would suggest overall concepts for the track. He would weigh in not only as a producer, but kind of as like a creative director, almost like a Dr. Dre or P. Diddy. That's right. I'm putting Don Diablo on that level. And basically, he would edit the whole thing, as well as we would send the file back and forth and he would produce on top of it. So it's more of an executive producer on the track. But it wasn't a remix, it was an original cover. How many drops do I add to a single track? Between 2 and 3. Sometimes I put orchestral drops. Like if you guys know my Slander remixes, there's some orchestral moments in those. Do I use templates when starting new project files? Sometimes, generally, I bring in, Logic has a function where you can import pre-existing templates and parts from songs. So if I really like the kick from a song, I can import that. If I really like the synths I did on a drop, I can import that. How do you get the rights to do the covers? Really good question. So here's the weird thing about covers. Technically, you need to get a small, it's called a mechanical license, from an agency called Harry Fox. Kind of confusing. That's basically the rights to do the cover and to put it out. You don't really need, it's kind of a gray area. You only need to get a really complicated copyright or license to do a cover if you want to make money from it, putting it in a movie or a commercial or an advertisement or whatever. But to just make a new version of it, like we didn't use Imogen Heap's voice, JT recorded. So technically we made our own version because everything in there was our own. So that's kind of how you get around it. And that's why you see a lot of covers on Spotify that are legal. Don Diablo music is not gaining popularity. Well, okay, that's your opinion. That's fine. Can't make everybody happy. If you want to focus on that, that's fine. Sent you a track, DZD music. Got it, man. I saw that come through. I will take a look at that in a bit when I'm done with this. What's on the wall behind you? So I have a whiteboard, or a chalkboard wall for all of my projects that I'm doing. It keeps me organized, and I'm visual. You know, like I have the same thing with my planner right here. This is how I keep track of everything, and I know what I'm going to get done. So that's how I like to work. Where am I from? Chicago, Illinois. Play some demos. I'm not going to play demos because I think it's better to be chatting with you guys and answering questions. I will email you back. I will email everybody back whenever I get to it. Danny Olson and Hans Zimmer. That is my dream collab. That is it right there. Hans Zimmer is an incredible composer, and especially for movies. So that would be, yeah, Rick. That's literally it. That's the goal. What kind of laptop do I have? This is a desktop. It's a Mac Pro, but I also have a MacBook Pro for when I'm traveling. What's up, Jake? Thanks, man. Any tips for learning cinematic composition? Honestly, you just got to listen. Listen to a lot of music. Listen to the things that you love. Listen to film scores. Listen to video game music. There's so much cinematic content out there. Listen to that and find out what they're doing. Emulate, and then find your own path. I've gone through a lot of the sample libraries that I use. Learning cinematic composition is as simple as just really studying how it works, studying the structure. Watch YouTube videos on it, you know? I'm also doing an Instagram live this Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific on my own channel. I'm going to pin that here. 11 a.m. PST Saturday on my own channel. And that I'll go more in depth onto a lot of my songs so you guys can see specifically what I'm doing. And you can ask questions regarding, technical things. Did I listen to the Hans Zimmer remix by Alan Walker? I'm not going to shit on Alan Walker because I really like his music, but I was not impressed by that. That was not my jam. I thought it could have been way less cheesy. That Time original is incredible. And I don't know. I didn't really feel like he did it justice, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. Can I send my SoundCloud profile? Yeah, just send me a personal email. Yeah, just put a track in there. Don't make it too long. Don't put a ton of tracks. I can listen to one. I can give you some notes, or I'll just check it out. Percentage wise when mixing headphones and monitors, and what brands currently. Okay. So I use Focal. It's a European brand. I believe it's French. These monitors are very specific and they're very accurate. They're quite expensive, but they were not my first pair. A good starting out pair would maybe be a Yamaha pair HS7, HS8, or I like Dynaudio is another good one. But when you're doing more cinematic music, when it has more layers, I like my monitors to be very accurate and specific because there's a lot going on and you have to be able to hear things. And I'll always try to mix in monitors. Don't try to mix in headphones. If you have to, get what's a good kind? What do I have? Audio Technica or what are these? Hold on. Oh, these are mixing ones. Biodynamic. This is a really good pair. Biodynamic. AT790, I think. Yeah. Those are great. You mean Alan's ghost producer? Maybe. Who knows? It's kind of hard to accuse. We don't really know for sure. But I will never do that. What do I think about Avicii? He's incredible. He was a game changer, It was terribly tragic what happened, but I'm not going to go into that because I don't know as much as, I should if I would have talked about that. Crazy Effect, thanks, buddy. Really appreciate that. Any issues for who wants to send? You guys should be getting through. I'm getting these emails. I just got about 15 of them. So, got one from Oliver Cricket, Melvo, DZD, Lucas, Alex Caspian, Max Adrian, Felix and Shaz, and Ryas. Biodynamic, yeah, you got it. How are bigger artists able to mix so good on headphones? They're not mixing their own tracks. Most artists get to a certain point and you have a team of engineers that mix and finishes all your music. That's just standard. I did not mix Hide and Seek. Hide and Seek was mixed by a super talented mixing engineer. The same guy who did The Middle by Zed and Good Things Fall Apart by Elenium. Yeah, so really lucky to have him mix it. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at these. Do I have the Universal package? I don't. I do use a Universal interface. I use this guy, the Apollo X16, but I don't use a lot of their plugins. I do this so I can have 8 stereo channels to send outboard to that thing. Which we'll get into analog summing at a later date. That is quite a complicated concept. What's the name of the email? Sorry, I didn't pin it. It's Danny at DannyOlsonMusic.com. Do you think it's possible to make good songs without a mixing engineer? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, are my songs good? I don't, for the majority, I just mix and master everything on my own. And yes, I do master my own tracks. I get them loud enough with these outboard things, the companies call it Dangerous, the Dangerous compressor and, limiter. Yeah. Is it possible to live with only music? I don't know. That's a good question. I guess so. What's a good DJ controller for? Oh, great question. Okay, I actually am about to buy one because I'm going to start doing some live sets here pretty soon. So the one that I like is the XDJ RX2. It's this one, and it's good because you can use Rekordbox, which is a really good program So you still feel like you're DJing live, but you're not. You're using your ears. I really like that one, and this is the one I'm probably going to grab. This is a really good, affordable starting out controller. What's up? Greetings from South Korea. What music festival would I attend in the future? Great question. I would probably say Ultra Miami because I've never been. Yeah, so once that one starts up again, I'll definitely be going. Do you still think loudness matters in the streaming services industry, limiting tracks? That's a great question. I think so. You want to? Okay, I'll add some background music, sure. There you go. Loudness, maybe. But I'll tell you what matters more is a well-mixed track. It can be a few decibels quieter than what's playing before it in the club because club systems and festival systems have huge limiters built in to where they make everything the same level anyways. So within reason, yes, loudness matters, but a well-mixed track that is clean and accurate is much more important than how loud something is. Have I ever been to festivals in Europe? I have not. I've only been to Europe a few times. Here's a DJ controller once more for you guys. How much do I earn? Slightly personal question. How much do you make a year? Why don't you tell me first? There you go. Where am I from? I am from Chicago, Illinois, which is in the Midwest. I'm a Midwest guy. Yeah. But currently I'm in Los Angeles, California. Tell the music you got it. Yeah, keep them coming if you guys want. Will I do a show in Vegas? Yeah, if Vegas nightclubs are still a thing, because who knows what's going to happen after this pandemic. We all kind of got to take it day by day, because nobody knows how the world is going to be after all this gets back to normal, you know? Sent me mail. Awesome. Got it. Do you make more genres than the slow future cinematic stuff? Would you ever do a club Hexagon future house hit, for example? Good question. Yes, and I have done those in the past. Like I said, I started out loving house music. It depends. If the right collaboration came around or I got inspired to do that, absolutely. But right now I'm more in the writing songs that aren't just bangers, if that makes sense. Tips on game staging. Gain staging. This is a big one. So gain staging essentially means how your song progresses in loudness and how, you know, maybe you get to the drop and like that should be the loudest point. But right up to there, your gain staging shouldn't feel like your song is louder than when the drop hits, if that makes sense. That's a style. You know, a lot of artists will make the song way louder on the drop to make it seem more energetic. But if you want a song that's easier to listen to, you want something that gradually builds. You know, like in my stuff, it starts softer with the piano, and then you gradually add elements. So my gain staging is quite extreme, more extreme than pop music, and most house music and music that's on the same level, it's relatively monodynamic, so it stays the same. Do I know Kygo? I do not. House time is anytime, and anytime is house time, I think. Yes, that's it. Have I ever met Don? Yeah, bunch of times. He comes to LA quite frequently. He's an amazing guy, awesome guy. Call of Duty World War II orchestral score. Yep, incredible. I'm not familiar with that one specifically, but the scores for those video games are amazing. They're super cool. Do I play Warzone? No, I'm not really a video game guy. Unfortunately, I never got into that. I don't have a console. I don't really, I'm kind of on the computer most of the time. Am I friends with Morgan Page? I'm not. I don't know Morgan Page personally. Can you play some of one of your songs? Okay, sure. I will play a song that I have coming out soon. Kygo's my relative. Amazing. Will you show him my music? I'd love to work with him. That's great. Edaj1. Send my music to Kygo, please. That would be sick. Okay, this is a track called Nightfall that is definitely more like a banger, I guess you could say. Have I been to Big Dean's in Santa Monica? Yeah, that place is amazing. I'm not going to listen to demos on this live because I don't think that's the best use of time. I'm getting a lot from you guys. I will listen to them individually and then emailing you back, though, for sure. Here is a track that I have finished that is going to be coming out soon. And it's not house, but you guys can tell me what you think.
Turn the lights off, I'ma go live. I just hit a zone and another high. I just hit another high. And another high. When the sun dies, then we gon' rise. Yeah, when the sun dies, then we gon' rise. When it goes live. Yeah, I'ma go live. When the night falls. I just come alive when the night falls. Let's go. I just come alive when the night falls. When the sun dies off, that's when I'm charged. Come on, come on. In a blackout, I'ma go wrong. I'ma go live when it goes dark. I just feel alive when it goes dark. Set the city on fire when it goes dark. When the sun dies off, that's when I'm charged. I just come alive when the night falls. When the night falls. I just come alive when the night falls. Night falls. When the night falls. When the sky goes.
So, what do you guys think of that? Quite a banger. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Absolute banger, in my opinion. That's a remix of an orchestral track that I did. It's on my Spotify. It's called Nightfall. It's like a VIP edit. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is a club banger. The vocals on that are a good friend of mine named Vo Williams, and he's an insane artist. Yes, Nightfall has dropped without vocals. You're right. This is a VIP edit of Nightfall, and we are hopefully putting it out soon. Between you guys, I hope this is my next release, but we have to figure out logistics with the label. It's not released yet, but yeah, this will be kind of a departure. This is my first like really huge like banger type song. You guys think I should do more of these? Because they're fun. But they don't have the same emotion as something beautiful and soft as Hide and Seek, you know? But let me know what you guys think. If you guys think I should do more of those, then let me know, and I will. Who's that behind you? That's my manager, Josh.
Hey, guys.
He's the man.